Alright, so what's going on? How's everybody in the YouTube world today? We fisting to talk about some boots, some Sitka pants, and the vest slash backpack I use. Alright, so what's going on, guys? So I figured I would do this next video. I have people ask me all the time, hey, what kind of boots do you use whenever you go elk hunting? And what kind of camouflage do you wear? And what do you use for a backpack? So it'll just be a good all around video. Obviously, I mean, it's not a one size fits all on the elk hunt as far as the boots and the clothes and the backpack, but I'll show you what I've used, and I've used it all and what works for me. So I always do, and I always have take two pair of boots on my elk trip. Whether you're in New Mexico where we go, or you go to Montana or Wyoming or Colorado or Oregon, this, that, and the other, it's normally a pretty heavy frost, dew, if you will, in the morning, dew, what, the grass is wet. And unless you get some rain, it's amazing. I talked about it in the last video. It's no humidity. It's really dry out there. How fast. I mean, you can get a rain this morning, and by this afternoon, it's dusty again. But in the mornings, it's normally always wet. Now, I've had some people go out there and wear the good old lacrosse Grange rubber boots and stuff like that, and that works okay. But I like to have a little bit more substantial boot on my foot. This Sneeze right here is kind of what I'm running in the mornings. This is my morning time boot. This is a 16-inch version of this boot. Kind of like the old Bean boot, if you will. The LL Bean boot. I wore these out there last year. I love this boot. I love the comfort of this boot. The upper is solid leather. It has this kind of this wool insert, but you can take that out. Probably about as easy a boot to break in as you can wear, and it's super comfortable. I mean, you can look just last year. I mean, that's just from being in the mountains. Has a really good sole on it. The one thing I will tell people, I would get a boot that's got a good heel on it. You really need a good heel on a boot, especially for going down the mountain. You know, I like a boot that's pretty easy to break in. Now, the older I get, that boot there is a little heavy for what you need. Also, let me take this one over here. So this boot right here, this is the same boot. Let me turn y'all around so you can see the difference. That's the 13-inch version of that boot, and then the 16-inch version of that boot. Like I said, that boot, this will only be my second year. Guys, this boot right here, I mean, it has been with me, I don't know how many years, and I would take it this year, but look. So you see that? So that rubber starting to crack and dry rot. So it's gonna leak, and I know it's gonna leak, but I will tell you this. So the cool thing about these Sneeze boots, and I have done it 2 times with these boots. So I'll send these back when I get back, and it'll be my 3rd time to do this. You send these boots back to Sneeze, okay? So right there, you see where it's stitched together? They take that upper off of this boot, and they give you a brand new rubber sole. I mean, you can tell how worn this one is. There's hardly no grip, no cleats left on it. And then they take your upper that's already broke in. I mean, look, it is broke in exactly to fit my foot, my leg. And then they also give you a new wool insert, and they send this pair of boots minus the lower back to you. And so, I mean, that's a really big deal to me. I don't know, you can go to Sneeze website, and it's SCHNEES. So look them up. I don't know what this, I don't know, that boot's probably $200, $250, something like that. But you send that pair of boots back, and I'm pretty sure both times that they repaired, they sent me a new pair of boots. and it was $100, maybe less. Seems like the first time it was like 70 something dollars. But you just can't beat it. I mean, it is a solid leather boot, super duper comfortable. I'll probably get these down here in a minute and treat them, because they're, I don't know, they're not in bad shape, but they're a little bit dry. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to treat them. So that's what I wear in the morning. In the evenings, Salomon. So I sold Salomons at Sports Center. We didn't sell them at Owens Outfitters. I don't remember which Salomon this is, but this is the same boot that all your Special Forces guys wear. Some of your Navy SEALs guys wear this boot. Salomon give me 3 different pair of these boots, and I love those boots right there. That's the boot that I run in the afternoon. I really like this boot. It's again, you know, I sold Crispy, and I have a pair of Crispy boots, and I like my Crispy boots. In my opinion, they just don't wear as good as what these Salomons do. And again, that's just me. That's why I started this video out, just to, I mean, personal preference, you know. You like what you like, and that's the reason you like it. But I really enjoy this Salomon boot. You know, Crispy's come in like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as far as a stiffness rating. And in my opinion, especially for the places I hunt, maybe the Summit, the GTX or something like that might be a great boot. But you really don't need a super stiff boot where we hunt, even though it's, you know, 10,000, 9,500 to 10,000 foot of elevation. It's where we stay, it's about as high as you can be. So you're not doing a whole bunch of climbing like where Julie and Ainsley and I went to Silverton back in July. Then there, I would definitely want a stiffer boot. But these boots, both pair of these boots, the Sneeze and this Salomon, do a really good job for me. I really just don't need anything else. These boots are waterproof. I shouldn't say waterproof. Hey, people used to come in the store all the time and they'd say, hey, I want a pair of waterproof boots. Well, I'd get them a pair of rubber boots. Again, my opinion, the only pair of waterproof boots, and I'll say again, the only pair of true waterproof boots is a pair of rubber boots. I'm not saying these boots are not waterproof for the first little while that you have them, and I know people's got snake boots and they're waterproof, this, that, and other. But if you stay in water long enough with those boots, I can just almost promise you, your feet will get wet. So that's what I'm telling you now. Those Sneeze, they're pretty waterproof, but when you get up there above that leather, I mean, or up in that leather, if you're standing in water, your feet's gonna get wet. So if you want a true pair of waterproof boots, get you some Lacrosse Grange, Muck, or whatever you like. But I love my Salomons and I love my Sneeze, SCHNEES. Both of them have served me really well, and I've been wearing them out there. I mean, that second pair of Sneeze you saw, I probably wore those boots. Those boots are pushing 20 years old. And they've just been a great pair of boots. So, lots of Sitka. Yeah, y'all saw over there. I mean, obviously, lots of Sitka laying over there on the floor. And then I have this Sitka right here. People ask me about my pants. This is the Sitka Mountain Pant. Very, very stretchy pant. It's got, I'll tell you what's cool. I tuck my shirt in. You see that? That holds your shirt from, it just won't let it out. Sitka makes some suspenders that are great. They slide in and hook right there. I love the suspenders. This mountain pant, my opinion, one of the best pair of pants on the market, especially for an elk hunter or for a deer hunter or for a turkey hunter. And let me show you why. So I'm sorry they are a little dirty. I probably turkey hunted in them this year and I hadn't washed them, but I'm not a big camouflage washer. You can obviously see it. I know when I did both of these, I cut myself there and I cut myself there, skinning elk. And if this knee pad hadn't have been here, then I might have cut myself. But those knee pads, especially on an elk hunt. I love them during turkey season, but on an elk hunt, they are irreplaceable. You cannot, to me, hardly hunt without them. So if you look right there, it's got a cutout, so it articulates really well, bends with your leg. You can take the knee pads out, but I'm telling you, if you ever wear them, you won't take the knee pads out. They kind of mold to your leg whenever you wear them. Let me see if I can do something real quick. Hold on. I don't know if you can tell, but if you look at the profile on those pants, see how they've already kind of taken the shape of my leg. Now I got another pair over there that's kind of new that are not so much, that they don't have quite that same profile, but man, they wear so good. I mean, these pants are probably 5 or 6, 7 years old. And I mean that, there's lots of briars around here. They're not picked. They just don't have a bunch of bad places in them. They are, you would think they would grab briars and stuff really bad, but they don't. But those knee pads right there, okay, you hear that. And again, they will come out on a elk hunt, especially if you're fortunate enough to get a bull. It takes you a couple hours to skin that bull. Y'all have seen the videos, and you're crawling around on the ground, skinning that bull, caping that bull. Those knee pads right there make all the difference in the world. And I absolutely love them, love them, love them. Now, I have a pair in the closet, so that's the new pair there. That's the old pair. But I have a pair right here in the closet. Ain't that cool? Just so I'll show you. Whenever Sitka first come out with these pants, they are this camo here. So this is kind of the original Optifade, and I'll be honest, I don't wear those anymore, just because for old time's sake. I don't know, those pants, however long Sitka's been around, is probably when I got those pants. But that's the same pant. That's the mountain pant in that camo. I love that pair of pants. But you cannot go wrong, even if you're a deer hunter. But let's say you're not an elk hunter, you're looking for some new pants, spend a little extra money, buy that Sitka mountain pant with the knee pads. When you first put them on, like I said, I know I had people come in the store all the time. They'd put them on. I don't like them. I don't like how that feels. But if you'll put them on and you'll start wearing them, especially when you get my age, getting 50 plus years old, they are just really comfortable pants. You don't have to worry about getting down on your knee. I mean, if you're trying to get in a ground blind, you're getting out of a tree stand, you need to get out on one knee, you're crawling on a turkey. They also make them in khaki. I'll even wear them. I may wear my khaki ones when I travel. You have a flat or something like that, you got those knee pads in those pants, and I promise you, if you'll get a pair, you won't ever wear anything but. All right, so I'm gonna try to set y'all up and show you. So again, this is Sitka's. The lighting up here is not great. I apologize for that. This is Sitka's turkey vest, and the only reason I bought this vest, so I was at Sports Center. Let me do something different here. Again, I'm not really crazy about the way the light is in here, but when these vests come out, I like a turkey vest. I like a minimalist turkey vest, but when these vests first come out, I knew immediately. I said, hey, I got to have one. Let me minimize y'all here a little bit. I got to have one because I want a turkey hunt, elk hunt with it. If you look here, it has a backpack on the back. It's not a very big backpack, but I don't like to hunt with a giant backpack. I have my big frame pack that I take with me, and if I kill an elk, then obviously I got to come back to camp and I have to get it. Now, if I was 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when we were going to Silverton, Colorado, and you had everything on your back, you hiked it in, different deal. That's not the kind of hunt we're on. But this, I mean, this pack, it really does have a lot of room. I mean, it will spread out a lot. So what I put in here, I always keep my raincoat in here. I keep a water bladder in here. I keep wet wipes in here. Something that I think is very important on an elk hunt, extra release. You always got to have extra release. I got rope, lights. There's a lot of room in this pack. If it's cool in the morning, and I'll tell you how much room it's got. If it's cool in the morning, I need to take off a pair of long johns. I need to take off one top. There's plenty of room to roll those long johns up, put them in here, take my vest off, put my vest in here with my raincoat. Plenty room in this pack, okay? So that's it. It's even got a little extra place here that you can put, I mean, you know, you can put a turkey breast in there because I've done it. So I'll put it on. Again, really minimal. I'll show you this. I love the seat. So the seat will fold up like this and then pulls tight. And I kind of just leave it down. That way when I get ready to sit down, it's really quick and it's in a hurry. So if you look here, it'll buckle there and it'll buckle there. Lots of pockets. There's pockets on the inside here. If you see that, pretty good sized pocket there. Okay. Same way on the other side. Pocket there, pocket there. I have an extra head net. I keep my head net and my gloves in my pants pocket right here. So this right here is actually for a box call, okay? But it works great for my rangefinder. I have I don't know how old that thing is. Nikon, when they made rangefinders and binoculars, they made that thing look, you can't beat it. So I hook it right up there, and then it's a perfect place for my rangefinder, easy access, and then it just goes right back there, okay? Here, gotta have that, gotta have some wind checker. I got 2 of those in here. The one thing I don't like about this vest, so this is a pouch for slate call, but what I have in it are my elk calls, okay? Love my elk calls. Let's see. But this, and it's magnetic. I got some little wrenches there for my sights, but it kind of gets in the way of my arm. So I'm not, they could do something a little different with that, and maybe they will. I'm ready. So that's what I do with this little pocket. Again, I'm not 100% sold on it, but it does have to be such a small vest and to be what it is. It is a great vest. So for years and years, you bow hunters will know this. Primos had what they called the bow hunter's vest. And I love the bow hunter vest, but the one thing I didn't like about it, again, especially with elk hunting, is, you know, there's lots of times in the middle of the day where you're sitting down or this, that, and the other. And so with the Primos vest, you had some pockets, but the zippers were terrible on them. They messed up all the time. So I kind of retired that, and I may bring that back just for old time's sake, but I love this Sitka turkey vest for turkey season, obviously, but it's really great for my elk hunt, and I really like taking it. So that is kind of what I do as far as boots, pants and my vest goes, that is a fine buck deer right there. That's a deer. Aiden killed that deer. I mean, he is, I can't near about. There's a bunch of meat that'll fit in between those horns. That is about a fine buck, as you want to see right there. Some of these deer up here are mine, but lots of them are Aiden's too. That is another stud of a deer right there. I mean, big. But again, this is not one of them deals where, hey, this is what you got to do, and that's the only way. That's just what works for me. I normally take 2 pair of pants, a couple of 3 pair of long johns. Kind of the same thing on the, tops and the bottoms as far as the long johns go. I'm a big vest guy. Gotta have a vest. I love a vest. I got one of those old wool vests that I always take. I wear gloves, but I like gloves. I cut the fingers out of my thumb and those 2 fingers right there, so I got the dexterity in my hands. I always take a toboggan. Sometimes it feels good early in the morning, but I can't stand anything on my ears because I like to be able to hear. I don't have great eyesight, but I can hear a gnat at 100 yards. So I wear a toboggan just when it's cold. Maybe when the sun's coming up, I'm standing there listening, but I take it off and go to my hat pretty fast. I got a vest. I'll have some kind of Sitka makes a couple different Primaloft jackets. I got one over there, I think, laying in the floor, but it's super lightweight. It'll pack in one pocket. Primaloft is kind of Sitka's answer to Goose Down. Goose Down gets wet and it just wet and not any good. Primaloft will still insulate when it gets wet, and it packs down really small. I can put it in that backpack and not have any issues. Again, gloves, pretty light, good socks in my boots. I mean, it's pretty simple. I don't overthink it. A lot of people every year they get ready to go and they got to go buy a bunch of different clothes and this, that, and other. I don't do that. That stuff that I'm using right there works really well for me. I put the same stuff on every day. If I get that pair of pants bloody or something like that, if me and Dad were to kill a bull early on, then I might change, for the next day. But I think if you had the opportunity to go hunting with me, you would really be surprised, because it's pretty simple how we pack. It's pretty easy, the amount of gear that I take. I always take my Eno hammock. I forgot to tell you that. That'll be in the backpack with me because I like to hang out in the middle of the day. I take my JetBull. I'll take me 2 or 3 freeze-dried meals because sometimes when the rut's good, I may not even get up and go hunting until 7 or 8 o'clock. Last year, I killed my bull at 11:40. So I may hunt them more in the middle of the day. But I love the blueberry and oats. You can put a little water, keep your bottle of water, put it in there, it boils it in about 2 minutes, and you got a good meal. So I do that. But it's really pretty simple. Again, I think if you went hunting with me or went hunting with us, you'd be like, man, y'all sure don't take a lot of stuff. Now, next year, I want to get back. Maybe, Colorado's fishing to be all draw the whole state. I'd like to go hunt 2 states. So I may do something a little different going there before I would go to New Mexico. And my gear might change a little bit, but I'm telling you, it wouldn't change a whole lot just because I just know that all that stuff works. So anyway, hope y'all like it. If y'all got any questions, put it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, ideas, maybe what you do if you're an elk hunter. If you're a first time wanting to start elk hunting, ask me questions. Probably after this video, you may see me, I may do like the packing up, and getting everything in the truck before we leave, and then I post that video. And then it's probably going to be a week or so before you see any videos, either after this one or after one more. But I'm going to do the best I can, because that's the reason I started YouTube. The only reason I started YouTube was it was a free place for me to store all of my memories with my family, my dad, my mom, Julie, Aiden, Ainsley, baseball, cheerleading, hunting, fishing, whatever it was, because it's hard to keep it on a device. But I can video it all. I can upload it. I put it on YouTube, and that's the only reason I started the YouTube channel, and I'm so glad I did it. And I would challenge each and every one of you. You know, you don't have to necessarily do it because you want to make some extra money, but you can make some extra money. But do it so you'll have all your memories there, and that's the reason we started a YouTube channel. Again, it's kind of hard for me to video every day now like I used to in the bow shop, just because the job that I do, it's just a little bit tougher. But I'm trying to video more and more. But I'm gonna do the best I can to do as much video. And my dad and I are out there from our cooking to our hunting, and just kind of everything we do. Something I am gonna do this year that I hadn't done in the past. I'm gonna show a lot more of the skinning of the elk and kind of how you do it. I hadn't done it in the past because, you know, I was making a little money and through the YouTube, but YouTube's not going to monetize those videos. In other words, those videos will go red, and they're not going to put, you know, you just can't get paid on them. You can't have advertising on them because whatever reason, I guess because you're showing, you know, stuff they don't want other people to see. But I am going to do more of the skinning this year, simply because I want my kids to see one day, hey, this is what Dad and Papa did, and this is how they did it. So, you know, I'll definitely try to put that on there. But you know, y'all, while you're watching this video, hey, know in the next week or so, Dad and I's gonna be out there. Make sure you say a prayer for us. Pray for this country. Pray for everything that's going on. You know, start your day every day with prayer. You know, I'll tell you this, you know, I can't come on here without preaching, but every day, as soon as my eyes open and I wake up laying in the bed, I thank the Lord that fast for everything that he does for me, you know. And it's a quick prayer. It's not my only prayer for the day, but that's just something I do. It's just a real quick prayer. Morning, Jesus, how are you? I love you. I thank you for allowing me to wake up this morning. I thank you for health and strength and well-being in my family. I ask him to forgive me all of my sins, and just to be with us today. You know, be with me, be with Julie, be with Aiden, be with Ainsley. Help me to be the man of God you call me to be, a better husband, a better father, a better co-worker. And it's just real quick. I mean, I'm still wiping the sleep out of my eyes. So I challenge all of you to do that. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for following the Fanchers. God bless. Jesus saves. It's elk season. Let's go.